Welcome back to a brand new coffee tech break with Jan. Good to see you back on my channel again. I think I got another great video for you lined up today. And hopefully you don't need this video too often, because I'm going to walk you through the recovery of the HP Mini Compute. The HP Mini Compute is available as MTR for Windows, as Teams Room, and is available as Zoom Room for Windows. Now, there could always be a scenario where you installed the application and it got corrupted, where you installed a Windows update, it got corrupted, or you installed a Teams application and it's got corrupted, or anything. There could always happen anything that you're not able to access the device anymore, or you are able to access the device, but it doesn't function anymore correctly. Now, what I will do in this video, I will walk you step by step through all those different recovery scenarios. So I will make sure I will put chapters in the video so you can jump to those different parts. So you have a difference between an account reset, a difference between a regular reset of the PC. You can also do a full install, a full recovery, but I will make sure I got chapters and you can jump to those different parts in this video. Now, as I said, hopefully you don't need this video too often, but I know if you come in that scenario, you're looking for the best ways to recover, and I hope to help you out this way with all those tools. Now, what do you need in your backpack to start the recovery? First off, you have the compute. That's the first thing you need. As a controller, you have the GC8. I don't have this here, but you have the GC8 also with you, so it's also good to connect it to the device if you're gonna do a reinstall. But I will make a pointer there to another video where I show the installation completely with the GC8. So, but you don't have to connect the GC8 during the recovery procedure. Now, the next thing you need is make sure you have a fast USB stick, which is 3.0, 3.1, so it is very fast. This will give you and save you time with your recovery and also creating the USB stick. The next thing you need is just a mini keyboard, which easily fits in your backpack. So just a small keyboard to make sure you can get into the Windows recovery procedure by the different keyboard types. Now, a mouse, not required, but sometimes it is handy to have also a mouse available in your backpack. All right, let me first now hook everything up to make sure I got everything connected and ready to walk you through those different recovery procedures. All right, so we got everything connected now. PC connected here to the screen, which I'm able to share here during the session. We got a keyboard connected here. We got a mouse connected through all through USB. Of course, don't forget to take a coffee with you, and I'll walk you step by step through those different recovery options. The first recovery option, which I want to walk through, is I think the easiest one, and that is Teams Room account reset. So you just reset the device, which comes back from a customer evaluation or from a demonstration, etc. But you just want to reset it. So this will walk through the whole wizard again to set up an account, set up different peripherals, etc. This is the easiest one. But make sure when you're gonna walk through that wizard that your GC8, your touch panel, your console is connected. And you will see that in that other video which I shared earlier and walk you through that initial setup. You gotta make sure that the GC8 is connected there and that it's receiving all those latest updates. Now, let me jump in my computer now and show you that first recovery procedure reset option in your Teams room. All right, welcome into our recovery room, as we call it today. And again, don't forget to take a cup of coffee in between. Now, here you see on the big screen, you see the GC8 or the touch console at the table connected to your MTR windows. So maybe this device came back from a customer evaluation or from a demonstration, etc. But you want to clean it up and make it ready for the next customer, or maybe your account, your Teams Room account was not functional anymore and you want to just reset it. Now, to do that, very straightforward. You need to go to more. So let me do that. After that, you go to settings. Let me walk that through. All right. Then you type in, of course, you change that password, the default password of your Teams Room. Now, here you see about, account, you see the advanced settings, the meetings. Now, you need to go all the way down. Here you go, and there you find the option reset device, as you see right here. And that is the option to make sure you can reset it to out of factory settings, just for the Teams app. It just doesn't do anything underwater with Windows. Just make sure that anything that is configured in the Teams app will be reset. But it's the easiest method. If you got access to everything and the device is still functioning properly, you don't need to do more. Then your reset device is sufficient. Now, when you type on that, all right, it asks you, do you want to bring back to the original state? Yes. And that's it. It's really straightforward. It's just throwing away the configuration files, etc. And you got a clean install again, ready to install for your next room, next customer demonstration, etc. Now, again, to walk through that wizard, make sure you have the GC8 or your touch console, the table, through USB connected there, because otherwise this wizard won't finish. If you're looking for more information on that, I did an extended video on the Teams Room on HP installation. So if you need more information, just get to that other video to walk that all through and to review that. Now, this was the first one. I think pretty straightforward. Next one up is the reset as recovery. So this is also a quite easy one. So if any Windows update failed, your Teams app update failed, your Zoom Room app update failed, or anything failed, try this one first. Just a simple reset. So you can start it from within Windows itself, or you can start it when you don't have access to Windows anymore. You can also do it outside of Windows through the Windows recovery procedure and by pressing that F11 button. But I will walk that all through. So let me jump in my computer and show you the different reset options. Welcome back into the recovery room where I want to show you the reset of the HP mini compute. Now, the reset will take approximately half an hour to an hour, but I think for the HP mini compute, take minimum half an hour. As this is very fast next generation hardware, SSD drive, so it's all very, very fast. Now, to initiate that reset, there are several ways. So in this case, when you still have access to Windows, you can start it within Windows. The other method is doing it outside Windows, jumping into the Windows recovery menu, and you can do that by continuously pressing the F11 button, which I will show you. So first, let me show you the reset option within Windows itself. It's really easy. You go here to the search bar, you type there reset. This will prompt you for the option you see here, reset this PC, and will bring you to a menu option to reset this PC. So you click on get started. Now it will ask you if you want to keep your files. Now, usually you want to remove everything because we want to make it out of factory again. So we click on remove everything. This will bring me to the next option. Here you can reinstall through cloud or reinstall with a local image. Now, with the compute, there's always an image, an out of factory image coming on the PC itself. So I usually use the local reinstall, which is much faster, and then you can update to any new packs if needed. Now, Now this computer is based on Windows 10, so you would maybe ask yourself, if you upgrade this device to Windows 11 IoT, will it then go back to Windows 10? Now, if you are and upgrade it to Windows 11 and you're gonna start this reset procedure, it will bring you back to an out of factory of Windows 11. So that is continuously being updated to the latest and greatest. So you can make sure that it doesn't take too long. Because if you want to go back to 10, that's impossible. You really need to like re-image it through USB. Now you choose here the local reinstall. Here you go. And then it will mention that we're gonna reinstall Windows. You're gonna take all the apps, it's all out of factory. And yeah, there's nothing saved because I clicked that I don't want to save anything. So it's gonna be completely when it came out of the box. Now this is the first option and the easiest option to try if you want to make it out of factory again. Now the next option to reset your Windows PC, and it's a similar option as I showed you before, but maybe you don't have access anymore to certain settings. If you go to Windows, you hold down the Shift button, you go here to Start, Power, and then you still hold the Shift key and you click on Restart. Restart anyway. So again, you do a restart and you keep holding the Shift key. Here you go. This will bring you into the Windows recovery environment. So this is another method to recover. It's similar like reset your PC, but this is starting the Windows recovery wizard where you're able to also recover. So I jump now to troubleshoot. I jump now to reset this PC. Again, same options. You have keep my files. Well, no, I don't want to keep my files because I want to remove everything. So this will open up a next menu. Again, do you want to do a cloud download or do you want to do a local reinstall? And that's it. And then you're able to reinstall your PC by using that local factory image. Again, it will take approximately 30 minutes, but should go very fast. So this is also when you still have access to that Windows environment. Now the next use case for the reset is when you don't have access anymore to the Windows environment, and so you cannot reset it anymore from the inside. So what you need to do then is you need to hook up your keyboard and continuously press the F11 button. Using that method, you will jump into the HP recovery tool, and from there you can jump to the Windows recovery environment. So I will show you that. So don't worry about it. So the first thing is start up the PC. Okay, so the HP mini computer starting up. Now again, make sure you continuously press that F11 button. You will hear a sound when it's triggered, when the recovery menu is triggered. So continuously pressing F11. Here you go. You could hear the sound. It's able to find that reference to that HP Sure Recovery Manager. And here you go. So I can restore now here from network. I can restore from local drive. So let me restore from local drive. That is the quickest and the easiest one. So now we are in the Windows recovery environment, or as Microsoft calls it, the Windows RE environment. So this is a tool outside of Windows where you can do a lot of troubleshooting things, but also you can reset your PC. So if you go here on the menu to troubleshoot, here you go, you will find the option again, reset this PC. Now you can decide again, you want to keep your files. No, we want to remove everything. Again, you will have a cloud download or a local reinstall. We choose to recover with the local image, that's the fastest, and of course you can use the Windows updates to update again. Now this will make sure that the whole PC will get reset. So here, if you want to keep any provisioning for your device, now I want to remove completely everything and reset it. Again, it takes approximately 30 minutes and you got your PC out of factory. Alright, so one final method which I want to show you, and it's also really a last resort. So if the Teams account reset doesn't work, the Windows reset doesn't work, there is one final method. It's also the most time-consuming one, and that is creating a recovery USB stick. So you create the stick. We got some tools there to do that. You put that in the HP Media Compute and it will reload a complete new image. Now, unless something with the hardware is broken, you should be able to get it up and running again. But this procedure will take you more time. So at least 2 or 3 hours, including creating the stick, doing all the recovery, updating all the Windows updates on the PC, but then at least you're able to use it again. Now, let me jump into my recovery room and show you how that recovery through the USB stick works. Alright, welcome back into my recovery environment. So again, you don't have access anymore to Windows. Then you need to create a USB stick. So I will walk you through it step by step. It's not rocket science, but you just need to know the method. Now, first off, get that USB stick to the 32 gigabyte or bigger. You put that in the computer to make sure that that one is available. Now you can pick any computer to create that USB recovery stick. Now the first thing you need to do is you need to download the HP recovery tool, the HP Cloud Recovery tool. So how do you do that? You go to the Windows Store on your computers. You don't have to sign in to the store. You're just able to download that. All right, we go here to search and we search for HP recovery. And here you go. We got the HP Cloud Recovery tool. We click on that. We install that. Like I said, it's pretty easy to do. We download the client. Now from here, you cannot start it. Let me show you that. If you click on open, because it needs administration rights, so you cannot open it here from the store. So you need to click this away. You go here to the start menu, and then at the top you should be able to find the HP Cloud Recovery tool. We right click on that, we go to more, we go to run as an administrator, and now you should be able to start the HP Cloud Recovery tool. Really easy. And so it's not, as I said, it's not that rocket science, but yeah, just to walk it through. Now click on next. All right, yes, put in a USB stick. It's already done. It's checking now your network connectivity and collecting information from the PC. For example, your product ID. So the product ID can be found underneath your HP mini computer. So that defines if it is an MTR Windows, for example, or a Zoom room on Windows. So that is defined there. Okay. Do we want to help the improve with the app? Yes, that is fine. All right, we click on next. All right, product ID found. Here you go. So because I'm using now the MTR on Windows, it's automatically recognizes MTR on Windows. So if you are on another PC, of course, you need to click this and to fill in manually the information of the product ID. As I said, you can collect that underneath the HP Mini Compute. So the product ID is found. We click on next. Now it will find the USB stick. So that should be available here in the drop down menu. Let me check that. Here you go. We got the Samsung stick. So as I said, I got a big stick, 125 gig, just to make sure you got enough space. And then you create the stick. It will automatically format the stick, download the image, format the USB stick and put the image on there. It will be completely bootable USB stick and prepare that. So take time to do that. So if you're on the end of the day, you probably want to do that at home. So when the USB stick is finished, you take it out, all right, and you take it to the computer which you want to recover. Let me show you that. The next step is to recover your HP Mini Compute. Now, for that, we need to boot up from the USB stick. Now, there's two methods to do that. One method is change the boot up to the USB stick. in the BIOS. And the other method is just using the F9 button, which will bring you into a boot up menu. So you can decide if you want to boot up from the USB stick or from the internal drive. So let me show you both options. So turning on the PC right now. So the first option is changing it in the BIOS. Here continuously need to press the F10 button on the keyboard, and this should bring you to the BIOS menu. Here you go. So we go into advanced, we go into boot options, and all the way below you can find your boot order, as you see right here. And now you can change, for example, the USB drive and put that to the top. Very easy. That is one method which you can use. So if you then exit, you exit this, you go out, you want to save changes, yes, and that is finished. That is the first method, change the boot up in the BIOS. And of course you can change that back later on. Now the next method is going into the boot up menu to choose the device which you want to boot from. And that is continuously pressing the F9. So continuously pressing F9 now. This will give me the startup options on the device. So continuously pressing F9, you got the USB stick in the HP mini compute. And this should bring you a boot menu. Here you go. So now you will find able to boot manager on the hard drive, or you're also able to choose here from the USB stick. So here I can choose, same thing, I can choose to boot up from the flash drive, and this will start the recovery procedure from that USB stick. Alright, here we have the HP Recovery Manager, and don't forget that you can even use your mouse with some of those tools, as you see right here. So I'm able to use my mouse to browse through different settings. So here we can do a file backup, or we can do a factory reset. Yes, we want to do a factory reset. Welcome to the HP Recovery Manager. Yes, do you want to back up your files? No, I want to recover without a backup. I want to completely make the computer out of factory with a complete new image. Yeah. Are you sure partitions are being reformatted, etc., etc.? Yes. And this will run. But take some time when you do and drive this recovery method through the USB stick. And that's it. Hopefully this video solved your issues with the HP mini compute. If it doesn't, it could be also that it's something with the hardware, but probably then you need to return under warranty. But any case, one of those methods should be able to solve your issue. With the most extensive one, time consuming, is the recovery with the USB stick. Make sure at least you get a fast USB stick. 3.0 or 3.1 stick, which should be pretty fast to create the stick, but also to read the stick on the computer itself. Now, if you got any questions, just leave them under the video. I will also try to collect some references for resetting, for recovery, etc. So you got enough information there. I will also leave a reference to a fast USB stick, which I'm using a lot, and not that I sell anything, but I will leave a reference there, so at least you got some reference for a good USB stick to use for those things in your backpack. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'm already looking forward to see you back in the next video.